Tab Virgil Jr. was born February 8, 1981, in New Orleans, Louisiana, to Miss Gail and Tab Virgil Sr. Growing up in the Magnolia Projects in the 3rd Ward, one of the schools that Turk would attend would be Elsie Forshade, before later dropping out. In 2010, the life of Turk's younger brother will be taken in the streets. The hardships are not over for Turk, as he would lose his father to a hit-and-run accident October 30th of 2013. This is the story of Tab Virgil Jr., a.k.a. Hot Boy Turk. Turk's first appearance on the New Orleans rap scene would be with Hype Enough Record. He would be a member of the Young Gunners. In 1996, Turk would hook up with Ronald Williams, a.k.a. Sugar Slim, and Brian Williams, a.k.a. Baby. It wouldn't be long before Turk would be recruited as one of the original members of the Hot Boys, which consisted of Juvenile, BG, and Lil Wayne. Being the biggest draw on Cash Money Records back then, the Hot Boys would gain international success and go on to create the new Cash Money sound. Turk would make his recording debut with a cameo on Juvenile's Soldier Rag. Turk will go by the moniker Young Turk on Juvy's album. The newly formed Hot Boys group would drop Get It, How You Live in 1997, and Guerrilla Warfare 2 years later. Turk would continue to make cameos on other recordings, including Juvenile's 400 Degrees, The G Code, Lil Wayne's The Block Is Hot, and Lights Out, as well as BG, It's All On You, Volume 1 and Volume 2. In June of 2001, Turk will release his solo debut under the Cash Money imprint, known and Thuggin' on Universal Records. Turk will record Untamed Gorilla on Cash Money as a follow-up. Untamed Gorilla would never be released by CMR. Turk will go on to make his Cox debut in 2003 with Raw and Uncut. After the split of the Hot Boys in 2001, Turk will begin his solo career. Turk's career after his first and second solo albums would halt after his third album, Penetrative Chances, was released in 2004. Feeling virtually unstoppable since his release, Turk's first project after coming home from prison would be Blame It on the System, where he intended to let his fans know that he was a force to be reckoned with. Turk will go on to do multiple interviews, appear on different shows, media outlets, make new music, and has even started his own label, YNT Empire. Picking up where he left off before prison, Turk was ready to take the world by storm with hopes to inspire others who are on the brink of giving up. Turk will put the details in his tell-all book. Turk will be quoted as saying, "I am letting the world know my story." Turk was ready to let the world see beyond the former hot boy from Cash Money and get to know the real Turk, who had triumphed over the challenges he faced in his career, as well as his personal life from post-incarceration trauma. His loyal wife, Imani, struggled to keep it together after having kids and surviving cancer. In February of 2015, Turk would file a lawsuit against Cash Money Records for $1.3 million over unpaid royalties for recordings dating back to 1999. The lawsuit would seek to compel his former label to provide an account of every song Turk was on and had written. Attorneys for Cash Money would never file a response, even after being given a 30-day extension. In May, it would appear that Turk had won the suit by default. The tables would turn as Turk would ask Judge Kurt Engelhardt to dismiss the suit, saying the two parties had reached an amicable settlement. In an interview with hiphop.com, Turk will say that while he was taken care of when he was a member of the Hot Boys, he has never saw any of his royalty money. Turk will go on to tell hiphop.com when it came to the business side, there were things that he didn't know coming into the game as a youngster. Throughout years of reading and researching, Turk will realize that the numbers weren't adding up. For Turk, no one from CMR reached out to him upon his release from prison. On January 26 of 2004, an informant would disclose to the Shelby County Sheriff's Office that junkies were getting loaded at the residence of Erica McLean at 2740 Hickory Village Drive, apartment number 2 in Memphis, Tennessee. The informant would also say that weapons were present in the apartment. The Sheriff's Office would then obtain a search warrant for the apartment, naming 3 individuals, including Turk. The officer who obtained the warrant suspected that there might be armed individuals inside the apartment. A SWAT team will be enlisted to assist in the execution of the warrant. At approximately 2 p.m., the officers knocked and announced their presence at the door of the apartment. After not receiving a response, 8 to 12 seconds after knocking, the SWAT team will kick the door in. Immediately after entering, Officer Gary Rogers would secure Sean Jackson, who was in the living room located in the front of the apartment. The other officers would head towards the bathroom and bedroom located in the back of the apartment. Rogers would ask Jackson whether anyone else was in the apartment. Jackson would reply, a guy and a girl are in the bedroom. Before the SWAT officers would enter the apartment, Turk and his girlfriend Erica McLean were lying on the bed in the back bedroom. Upon hearing the SWAT team kick in the door, Erica would jump up and hide under the bed. Before hiding underneath the bed, she would witness Turk get off the bed and head in the opposite direction toward the closet. When the officers entered the bedroom, they did not see Turk or Erica. Officer Chris Harris would proceed to the closet to determine whether anyone was hiding inside. As Harris approached the closet, the door appeared to be shut and one was partially opened. After walking towards the open closet door, Harris noticed movement inside of the closet. Harris would open the closet door and be hit in the jaw. He and his fellow officers responded by firing multiple shots at the closet door. After the exchange of gunfire, Harris and the other officers retreated outside of the bedroom to reload their weapons and to get medical treatment for Harris. At this time, Officer Perry McEwen would hear a female voice screaming from inside of the bedroom. Officer McEwen would instruct the woman to come out with her hands visible. McLean then crawled out of the bedroom down the hallway on her knees and hands. After McLean exited the bedroom, McEwen repeated his instructions to Turk, who would also crawl out on his hands and knees. After apprehending Turk, Officer McEwen would ask him if anyone else was in the bedroom. Officer Terry Bishop would then ask who was the shooter. Turk would acknowledge that he was the shooter and that he thought he was being robbed. Following the shooting, the officers would apply for and receive a crime scene search warrant, authorizing a search for blood, fingerprints, hair, fibers, weapons, trace evidence, and bullets within the apartment. In conducting the search, officers found 6 9mm shell casings and a 9mm pistol in the bedroom closet. The officers would also find spoons containing dog food residue inside the apartment. On March 31st of 2004, a grand jury in the United States District Court for the Western District of Tennessee will return a one-count indictment against Turk in connection with the incident, charging him with being a felon in possession of a firearm. On November 10th of 2004, a superseding indictment against Turk would be entered, charging Turk with being a felon in possession of a firearm, being a fugitive from justice in possession of a firearm, and being an unlawful user of a controlled substance in possession of a firearm. Tab Virgil Jr. was released from the Forest City, Arkansas Federal Prison October 12th of 2012. Turk was a member of the Hot Boy on Cash Money Records from 1996 to 2001. Turk's career was derailed when he was busted in a raid that involved trigger play with the Memphis Tennessee SWAT team. Since his release, Turk has went on to pen a book, release new music, and has also been rumored to be working on a screenplay about his life titled Reckless. With the Memphis incident and Cash Money lawsuit behind him, Turk is looking on to bigger and better things, like the rumored Hot Boy reunion, slated to take place after the release of Christopher Dorsey, aka BG. This was the story of Hot Boy Turk.